if you feel like you can't connect with people in the way that you want and truly get that deep connection when you're communicating with people, it may be because you're not truly listening and being present with that person and what they're saying. Because a lot of us in life are not truly listening to what the person is even saying. We're so in our heads, we have so much anxiety, so much fear, we have so many unconscious patterns and so many unconscious thoughts that are going on in the background that we're not even there with that person. We're kind of just in our heads thinking about our own thoughts that is totally disconnecting us from actually being there with that person and truly listening. Okay, and so the way you listen and the way you connect deeper with people is by being very, very present to the moment and truly setting the intention to listen. Because a lot of the times when we're talking to people, we just like to talk about ourselves. We like to talk about our day, our stories, and this can make us very unconscious, not really be present to the moment. And then it's also going to throw the person off because it feels like you're not listening to them. People just want to be heard. People want to feel like you're listening to them, and they actually want you to listen and be there with them. And so great practice that I found that also helps me to become extremely present to the moment is to truly listen to what that person is saying in very deep presence. Okay, so the first step to do that is, first of all, to set the intention that you're going to be a listener. You're going to ask questions and you're going to wait for that person to speak, and you're just going to sit there and listen, because you might have a unconscious reactive pattern where you just want to speak everything about your day, which is not a bad thing, but it may be disconnecting you from that person. And you may be so stuck in your own head and your own unconscious thought patterns that you can't truly connect with that person. So a great way to combat this is to just listen. Just listen to what they're saying. And that's the first step, is just listen to what they have to say and set the intention that you're going to be a listener. And you'll find that this creates a much deeper connection with the people that you're talking to. People will feel like you care about them more. People feel like you're actually listening to them. And you're going to start to feel more connected in your experience as well. And so the way to amplify this even more is to use that listening as a practice to be present to the moment. So as you're listening to somebody, a great thing to do to become a very good listener is to be very present to the moment. And so the way you do this, there's a lot of ways that you can become very present to the moment when you're talking to somebody in a deep conversation, to stay as present as possible. But the key is to have a little bit of your attention on the inner experience of what you're experiencing. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that when you're talking to somebody, first of all, set the intention that you're going to be a listener. Okay, second of all, when you're talking to that person, what you want to do is keep a little bit of your attention on anything that's going on inside of you. So when you're talking to that person, keep a little bit of your attention at all times, maybe on the sensation of your breathing. That's a great one. That's a great way to do that. As you're talking to somebody, you can focus on your breathing, and right away your attention goes away from the thinking about what you want to say, and you're just going to be there as almost the witnessing presence of the conversation, not as the person, not as the ego, as who you think you are, but just be there as the witnessing presence and just kind of listen to them, listen to what they have to say, connect deeper with them. And the key is to keep a little bit of your attention on the energy field of your body inside of you, your breathing. Another great one is your hands. If you just focus on your hands, or another great one is if you just focus on your feet on the floor while you're talking to somebody, you're going to find that you become much more present. You'll become a much better listener right away. And it might sound a little bit counterintuitive because you're like, oh, well, I'm not focusing on them anymore. I'm focusing on me. But then the difference is that as you bring your attention inside of you, you'll find that you're actually much more connected to them. Or how about this? Look deeply into their eyes. Look right into their eyes and just be there. And as you look into their eyes, just breathe. Focus on your breathing as well. Try this. If you try this, you might be shocked to realize that if you consciously keep your attention on somebody's eyes or on your breathing while you're listening to them, you will find that you're a much better listener. I find this in my life every single day. When I'm deeply trying to connect with somebody, I will just be the listener. I will truly listen to what they're saying. And as I do this, I will stay as present to the moment as I possibly can with what they're saying. And the best way to do that, from my experience, is to keep a little bit of my attention on what is going on within me, but not my thoughts. Okay, that's the key, because you're stepping away from the thoughts and you're bringing yourself to the moment, because the thoughts is what is actually disconnecting you from connecting deeper with that person. Because here's the thing, when you're talking to that person, if you're stuck in your thinking, you're not going to be actually there with them. You're going to be somewhere else. You're going to be thinking about things, about the future, about the past. And they're going to feel that off of you. They're going to feel that you're not actually listening to them. You're not actually right there with them. They're going to feel that disconnection, whether consciously or subconsciously, and they're going to be thrown off. And so the key here is to step out of your thinking and actually be here right now with that person unconditionally. Just kind of be there as the presence, no judgment. And when I say judgment, I'm saying actually see them and hear them for what they're saying, who they truly are, but not through the interpretations of your mind. Because here's the thing, you can be completely connected with that person without actually thinking anything at all. Just through your experience of being with that person, you'll actually learn a lot more about their body language, what they're feeling, and how they're saying things. You're not going to be so focused on interpreting the words through the logical mind. You're actually going to be the listener and actually truly connected with what they're saying. Okay, so the key to become a better listener is to, first of all, don't talk as much. Just be there, listen, set the intention. I'm going to listen right now and listen to what that person's saying. Second of all, stay present to the moment. Okay, and the way you do that, a meditation practice will really, really help you to incorporate this into the listening practice of talking to somebody. But it's not totally necessary, and as much as I hate to say that, because meditation is an extremely powerful tool, it's not totally necessary to listen. But once again, I don't want to say that to you because it's the most important tool. I teach it to every single client that I have and every single person that I'm in contact with. Meditation is the most important habit, one of the most important self-help habits that are going to help you to deeply connect to the moment. But you don't need that. So when you're in that conversation, just bring a little bit of your attention onto the energy field of your body, whether it be your hands, your feet. Just feel the energy kind of flowing through. Focus on the sensation of your breathing. Focus on their eyes. Focus on what you're seeing. Focus on what they're saying. And try to step out of your thinking. Because if you're stuck in your head, you're not going to be there with that person. So that's all I have for you today. If you like this kind of content, then consider hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell. If you want to apply for a free consultation, check out the link in the description below. Have yourself a great day and see you in the next video.